to be a PVL fan. We are already on the final month of the preliminary round as we've seen stars make their returns and teams slowly showing their full potential. The competition only gets better here in the PVL. Welcome back to the heart of volleyball.
Only Kyla Kingsu can tell you the title of this tournament in the way that she did. And it's February. Yes, it's the last month before we get into the full swing of the competition. And yes, teams are at full strength. It's been a while since they've had all of their stars and key players. Like in today's game, our first match will feature Farm Fresh going up against PLDT, teams trying to improve on their standing as well. And later on in the day, we'll have a drink of coffee with just coffee and the Petrogas Angels getting entangled in the second game today. Hello, ladies, and Kyla, and Jamie La Victoria is with us here today. So important, the team standings where everybody seems to be wanting to go.
That's right, Sir Seb. Well, both teams are actually coming from a win. So the question is, who will sustain that momentum in today's match?
Yes, and later on we'll get reports from Kyla. She got into the locker room of both teams and talked to both coaches and some of the players as well. The team standings, some are setting the pace, some are in the middle, some are trying to improve on where they are right now.
That's right, with PLDT, they have a 5-3 win-loss record right now. They did defeat the Signal HE Spikers in 4 sets, and in that match, when they reached that 20 mark, they knew how to handle each sequence with care in thought while executing plays. As for the Farm Fresh Foxies, 3 players scored in double digits against the Galleries Tower High Risers, which is very promising for Farm Fresh.
And when you talk of Farm Fresh, of course, you talk about players like Trisha Tubo, just shining so brightly in that game against Galleries Tower.
That's right. Trisha Tubu scored 33 big points against that squad. She exploded in that game, and her approach was just too fast. It beat the block of the Galleries Tower High Risers, and her swing had so much speed and power. Defenders of Galleries could not contain. But of course, consistency is needed for this game and the remaining games. So let's see if Trisha can replicate that one more time.
Well, the music, so tempting, huh? Yeah.
They know you're here.
It's nalata generational. But, you know, you can't hit the ball unless you have a good setter like Louis Romero, who was excellent on that day against Galleries Tower. This is what she did.
Well, Louis Romero has always been clever in decision-making. She is the brain of the Foxies and continues to be the reason why her Spikers shine. Luckily for the playmaker, there are many offensive weapons that could potentially lead the Foxies to victory. Now, it's all a matter of proper decision-making for Louis against PLDT.
Okay, and Kyla went to the farm, literally, and she talked to the Farm Fresh Foxes. What did we learn right now?
That's right. You know, actually, guys, I covered their last game where Rad had her comeback game. And, you know, Rad was telling me in the previous game how she was feeling very, very anxious. But on the contrary, today, she felt a little more settled in. She had her focus mode on, and she was telling me that at this point, what she's focusing on is really, you know, being used to coming off the bench. She's used to being a starter, but now she has to get used to being off the bench, staying warm, staying ready 24/7. And she tells me that her goal here is to really be a role player for her team, to contribute in whatever way possible. Now, I also spoke to Coach Bok, and he told me that he sees the team really coming together, and he's very excited because it seems like they're transitioning to a new era, a new phase for Farm Fresh, complete with a full lineup. And when we're talking about transitioning, why don't we shift gears and move on to PLDT on the
what
other
did you
side?
learn? Did you learn anything about PLDT?
Well, that they're ready for today and the dugout.
Okay, they're ready. They're talking about PLDT. Last time around, somebody just exploded with 24 points. Savvy Davison just doing exceptionally well.
That's right. She had 24 points against Signal and at least 20 points 5 times with 2 28-point outputs. Wild numbers coming from Savvy Davison, and she does what is asked of her and goes beyond. She's not choosy with her sets. She's quick to adjust, and most importantly, what I saw in their last game, she takes the time to talk to her setter, Angge Alcantara, guiding her and boosting her confidence.
Okay, that's so critical. And somebody who can help her here today, who had 15 points against Signal, is of course Erica Santos. Erica Santos, a vital cog of this PLD team as well, Jamie.
That's right, Erica Santos, one of the spikers here for the PLDT high-speed hitters. She's not highlighted as much as Savvy, but when PLDT needs that immediate side out, Erica Santos is right there. It is the timing of her attacks that shifts the momentum back to their side. But let's see who else can help Erica. She does need to be more consistent in this match and needs to stay sharp against the hungry Farm Fresh Foxies.
Exactly. Kyla, what's the latest about PLDT?
Yes, there's several things are looking pretty solid on the PLDT side of things too, because the theme of this conference is comeback, and of course on the PLDT side we have KKD, who made her comeback in the previous game, and she told me, you know, in contrast to Rad, she had no nerves at all. She wasn't nervous. The moment she stepped on the court, she just felt so thankful and happy to be back. I asked her to take me back to that particular moment, what went on in her mind, and she told me the only thing that she could think of was finally, eto na to. And you know what, I also spoke to Coach Ral Dicaforth for PLDT, and he told me that he's not quite satisfied yet with their performance. He knows they're doing well, but he doesn't want them to stay stagnant. He wants them to build upon that connection that they have with their setter Angge Alcantara, who will also be stepping up big time here. And when we're talking about connection, of course, it's Love Month, and we love hearing from our very lively and supportive community online, especially those watching us on the Pilipinas Live app. Kaya naman, there's a live poll right below the stream where you guys can answer our question of the game. And today, our question of the game is, which go-to spiker will tally more points? Again, which go-to spiker will tally more points? You can answer that right below the stream on the live poll, or also join in our conversation online using the hashtag PVL2025. Now, Sir 7, Jamie, I'll save you guys from answering the question, but I want to ask, what are you excited for in this game?
I will go with two. I think Trisha Tubu.
Yeah, Trisha Tubu, she scored a career high with 33 points. Let's see if she could bump it up a bit more today.
Okay, let's see how this happens here on RPTV, One Sports Plus, and Pilipinas Live. And we got to do the Kyla Kingsu right here. We'll come back and we'll bring you the PVL, which is the heart of Philippine volleyball.
Kennedy and PVL. I'm back. In general, of course, I miss the sport because I haven't been playing for more than a year now. And also, syempre, the intensity, you know, when the game gets super close and we have to do something, that's what I really miss. It's hard not playing for a long time, but watching sa sidelines, I see like ano yung mga strengths ng teammates ko or kung ano pang kulang as a team so that when I go back and play with them, parang I know kung ano pa yung pwedeng i-improve. Of course, I'll still be the same Kennedy and hopefully more improved in terms of skills and syempre, new environment for me. So, I mean, I'll always be the same, like how I play. So, I'm actually like excited to see how I am with my other teammates na hindi ko pa nakakalaro. Coming back to play makes my heart melt. Hi to all the PVL fans and to all the supporters of the league. I want to thank you guys for supporting and also thank you all for your patience. I'm very, very excited to play in front of you all and hopefully you guys enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Phil Sports Arena, Pasig City, Philippines. This is match number 49 in the Premier Volleyball League All-Filipino Conference 2025 between the Farm Fresh Foxies and the PLDT High-Speed Hitters. Let's meet our officials for this match. Our first referee, Bobby Celso, national referee. The second referee is Jofer Educado, national referee. And now let's meet the starters. First, for the Farm Fresh Foxies. Center from Adamson University, number 17, Captain Louis Romero. Outside spiker from the University of the Philippines, number 5, Eliza Bertolano. Outside spiker from De La Salle University, number 8, Jolina De La Cruz. Opposite hitter from Adamson, number 12, Trisha Tubu. Middle blocker also from Adamson, number 13, April Tagsim. Middle blocker also from Adamson, number 16, Riza Cruz. Starting libero from the National University, number 17, Janelle Delerio. Head coach for Farm Fresh is Benson Foxball. And now let's meet the starters for the PLDT High-Speed Hitters. Middle blocker from De La Salle University, number 3, Mika Reyes. Opposite hitter also from La Salle, number 5, Erica Santos. Outside spiker from the University of Oklahoma, number 6, Savvy Davison. Middle blocker from La Salle, number 10, Majoy Baron. Center from Adamson University, number 16, Angge Alcantara. Outside spiker from Central Philippines University, number 17, Fiola Ceballos. Starting libero from the University of the East, number 8, team captain, Kat Arado. Head coach for PLDT is Rald Ricafort. This game is held under the supervision and regulation of the Kings.
If you have been watching volleyball for a long time, you could easily conclude it looks like an Adamson-LaSalle kind of thing. But there are so many other parts from different generations involved in this game, and this should make for an exciting contest. I like the fact that many of the players we have not seen in a long time are back on the floor, Jamie.
That's right, exciting match we have here today. We did mention this in the pregame earlier. PLDT and Farm Fresh both coming off a win, so let's see who can sustain their momentum.
And because of the tournament format, you'd like to keep on winning. In the meantime, first attack, Joy Baron tries again something different, and the ball in play. First long rally, and the first strike by Trisha Tubo.
Trisha targeting that corner pocket of Zone 1. Do expect her to add variety to her attack today. Maybe a tip.
As she will be marked, definitely.
Yes.
So Ceballos gets it. Catarado sends it over to Davison. In the air we go. The shot is not going to work for Bertolano.
Bertolano just touching the hands of Baron on that attack. No coverage for the Farm Fresh Foxies.
And early on, we're tied at 1. Important day in the race for position. I know everybody will get their chances, but you want to have some momentum. Nice stretch that time by Davison. Here we go. Picked up. Down the middle we go. That'll work.
We're seeing fast plays, fast offense from the Farm Fresh Foxies. Louis Romero going for that be quick attack. Take a look at that taksip. Feel the Ceballos a bit late on that one.
You know, PLDT is the #1 blocking team statistically, so you've got to play at a faster pace because they can establish that wall very quickly. This one is... There's a check.
Yep. Perfect receive coming from Savvy Davison. Keep in mind that she is usually the target of receive. They usually do that to tire out the open spiker.
So, as if to say, you won't have enough energy left to fly.
Yep.
But that, of course, these are young players. Here's the strike by De La Cruz. And it's long. Nope, it's going to go to Farm Fresh, according to referee Celso. Kyla Kingsu will give us a report.
Yes, sir, Seb. It's a matchup of comebacks here with two powerful ladies very familiar with one another and former teammates Kennedy and Jolina De La Cruz, now facing off after both making their return. Sir Seb and Jamie, these girls know that it isn't just about physically getting back on track, but resetting mentally too. Starting with KKD, she told me how much she appreciates the fans' patience and how important it is to embrace the process. Her spirits are high today and she's optimistic, saying that she's just overflowing with happiness for her and Jolina. In her words, every athlete who has been injured knows we don't take these moments and seconds for granted. Meanwhile, Jolina, now in her third game back, couldn't help but express how thrilled she is too. For her, it's not just about winning, it's about understanding the grind it took for them and for her to get here. And honestly, these two are showing us how far mental toughness can take you. This is shaping up to be one inspiring game on both sides of the court. Let's see how set one plays out. Sir 7, Jamie.
Thank you very much, Kyla. And you know, Jamie, the story of every athlete coming from an injury, each one different, but never an easy journey.
Yes.
Here comes Mika Reyes, snapping that in. Tubo tries something different. As you mentioned, she'll try something to mess up the defense. Here's the set, and an open hole. Cruz finding the spot.
Cruz going for that tip in that donut hole zone. Fluid movements we're seeing from the Farm Fresh Foxies, but Sir Seb, to add on to what you were saying earlier, of course, there's also beauty in waiting as well.
Okay,
working on
good
yourself.
point, yeah.
This was brought up in their last match against Signal KKD, understanding and also just working on herself while waiting to come back.
In the meantime, Alcantara will make the set. Here's a bullet coming from Santos. It's still very much in play. Tubo adjusts. Ceballos got to it. Here's a cannonball from Davison.
This time, Davison going for that cross-court attack. Taksip could not contain that one. Take a look at that approach, that leap.
All Our score 6-3. PLDT jumping out in front. It's an overpass, no chance to attack. And somebody touched it. Yes, somebody touched it before going out. 6-4 is the count. PLDT trying to come back here.
Alcantara taking risks here, going for Mika Reyes. Perfect swipe on that A-quick.
Davison will serve. Bertolano receiving. Luis Romero sets this up. And we will arrive at the at the 7-point mark yet. One more and we will pause for the technical timeout.
Louis going for that reverse set. A bit too tight, but Trisha was able to get a touch on that one.
Tough down the line attempt. Outside, and it's the 5th point of PLDT. Mika Reyes will be serving.
Nice serve.
Solid, and it's an ace, and they come within 1.
That's a good serve coming from Mika Reyes right above the tape. Bertolano needs to be ready on that one.
Sometimes when you're receiving, it can be so deceptive. You think it's high, then suddenly it's just above the net as it sails down. Drop inside, stretch for by Alcantara. Santos and Corks. Here we go. That will be outside for De La Cruz. We're tied at 7.
See error after error in the past few sequences. Jolina trying to go for that cut shot.
A 3-point lead by Farm Fresh erased very quickly. Mika Reyes is still there. Bertolano having some problems.
Good set.
But kept in play very much by Mika. And the pushover by Baron. The set by Romero. Tubo whips it in. Davison says, I got it. Santos, overcooked. Overcooked. Yes, it is overcooked. And we'll take our first break of the match at the technical point. 8-7 in favor of Farm Fresh. And the hot stuff playing in the background there. And you and I, when we hear this music, we always say, Arena Plaza sticks to sports. In this match so far, Farm Fresh led by 3 points twice at 6-3 and at 7-4. However, quick response by PLDT, and we are tied. We were tied before we got to 8-7. Good to see Rachel Andakis,
Yes.
Mika Reyes, and some of our veterans back in harness.
Still looking very fresh, as usual.
Alam mo, interesting story din si Rachel kasi si Rachel, what's thinking about now na hindi na ako babalik, I'm happy with my bakery in Spain. What a business, huh? Really.
Right.
It's so hard in a country where food is so different.
Yes.
But, she has experience living abroad. She also lived in Germany. So interesting turns, and I'm sure Rachel has thought about everything so cleanly and clearly. In the meantime, as you mentioned, Jamie, it's important to have time for yourself also. Oh, Santos!
What a spot from Erica Santos going down the line. He did feature her in the pregame. When they need that side out, when they need that sure point, Erica is the answer.
You put it so correctly, so succinctly. When they need instant offense, they go to Erica Santos, and she delivers. Tubo tries to do that, and Tubo whips it in, and Farm Fresh still in the lead by 1.
Trisha scored 33 points in their last outing.
Oh boy, that's a lot. She must have said, spike of the set so many times. Brought to you by Dunkin', pasalubong ng bayan. In the meantime, Arado with a good reception. Ceballos Bertolano hits it off the hands of Alcantara.
This is smart plays, smart moves we're seeing from Bertolano. She knows that there's a tall wall here from Majoy Baron, but she targets Alcantara, not the tallest of setters. This is smart thinking.
And quick at that, because
mid-air.
yeah, in decision you're making that move while in flight. Drop, kept in play. The push. Bit of confusion. Does Alcantara go on two? No, she does not. Davison sees the open area.
And you could see in the air, Davison softened her attack. She knew that the defenders were there in zone 1 and 5. Take a look at that one.
And there was an open space that she could fill up. Our current count, 10-9. Farm Fresh, though, still with the upper hand. Bertolano. Good reach by Ceballos. Baron says hello. In the meantime, the attack, Tubu. Ceballos. May diin ng palo ng Farm Fresh. PLDT has to counter, and there's an open spot.
It was a net touch, I believe, as well on that sequence. But scrappy defense we're seeing from both squads.
Yeah. Either that or the open space. The net touch happened first, you're correct. In the meantime, our score knotted at 10. Bertolano trying to look for the angle. Arado with a smile. Oh, it's on the ground.
That's a perfect sequence from PLDT. Perfect dig from Arado, and Davison finishing that one off.
Julina de la Cruz could not lift it up. And in the meantime, we have a timeout. Let's tune in.
Minsan nandyan na. Tignan mo yung kamay. Okay? So tignan mo, timing mo. Timing yung gitna. Timing mo kung makahulog ka. Timing mo, backline. Okay? So isang pasa lang muna tayo. Okay? Let's go.
Nice to see Coach Benson Bokbok as a head coach. I know he was an assistant for a long time with the old F2 team as well. And his team enjoying the lead on several occasions here. But PLDT has gotten out of bed, and they now lead by 1. You know, when you have to face a team that's ranked higher than you have to bring something extra special here today. Not energy, effort, everything.
Yep.
In the meantime, this serve is messed up, though, and we're tied up at 11. In play, Davison. Oh! Nowhere to go that time for Janelle Valerio.
No, we are witnessing an awesome tandem between Alcantara and Davison. I mean, she's been scoring 28 points, 27 points, and that's all because of Anget.
Yes. Bertolano. Ball in play. To the back row we go. Tuber is foiled. That's sealed.
That is a solo block coming from Savvy Davison.
And Davison with that block, which is brought to you by East West Bank, the official bank of the PVL All-Filipino Conference. She has already chipped in 7 points. Reached for by Fiola. On 2 we go! Very
deceiving play from Anget Alcantara. You could see that the defenders of Farm Fresh were actually still in motion, still awaiting for the attack, but take a look at that.
So well executed. They're targeting Bertolano, really. Good stretch by Baron. On 2 we go, and 2 straight points by Anget Alcantara.
You know, this is what we love to see coming from the rookie. You see Calf on the sideline also clapping.
And we will take muna. May timeout tayo called this time by Farm Fresh, I believe.
Diba? Kailan natin babaguhin yan?
Sige lang. Pag may na-block, huwag tayo madadown. Pag may na-block, isipin natin yung next. Kailangan natin ayusin. Tapos bantayan natin yung mga nasa harap.
Una nyo gawin.
Tauhan nyo yung setter, ha?
Pasa muna tayo.
Setter. Pwesto muna sa position. Tapos sa one setup tayo. Go.
Let's go.
Go.
Let's go.
Coach Ron Medalla the assistant coach mentioned about their passing, about the receiving.
Yep.
You could see that PLDT is serving tough, which is forcing Louis Romero to scramble, which is very obvious in terms of who she will give the ball to, which is Bertolano. But now we have Rad fielded in. They do need her right now. They need the veteran spiker here.
Alam mo, si Rachel, ano, hindi lang yung spiking ability, yung leadership niya
Yes.
kasi. Long-time leader yan eh. Has been captain for Signal. Has been on the national team as well. Has won a UAAP title with FPU. PLDT unfurling an 8-1 run here as we hit the second technical timeout. Back here at the Phil Sports Arena, huwag kalimutan, SB Finance ang BFF na malalapitan. And it's Disco, what day is it today?
Disco Fever.
Disco Tuesday here at the Phil Sports Arena. Now, we are at the dance steps, Jamie. The dance steps.
I'm following your lead.
Our count right now finds PLDT in front at 16 vis-a-vis. Yeah, nantay ko yung 16-11. I was doubting myself. 16-11.
Don't doubt yourself.
No, I do. Mahirap na eh. 16-11. Here comes Duckies. Rejected. Doesn't cross over. This is foil. They will reset. Back to Rachel. She plays it long. Ceballos manages it. Oh, Mika Reyes does a Mika Reyes.
Counter-attack, we're seeing more polished movements from PLDT. You have Ceballos getting that down the line of Daki's, reading her early on, and then Alcantara feeding Mika Reyes at the right time.
She's doing a marvelous job. In the meantime, the passing has been problematic for the Farm Fresh Foxies. You know, coaches sometimes can sound so redundant when they say, pasa muna, receive tayo. But that's the whole point.
Those are the basic skills
of the game. It's only 3 passes. Each one has to be exactly right. That's outside. And the point will go to Farm Fresh. That'll make it 18-12. Takis will serve. Haven't seen this in a long time. The way she will prep this. Ayan. Yan paghampas ng bola.
It's the bounce.
Yan. Ganyan gumawa ng pandesal sa Spain. Santos. You have no idea, she's suddenly burning you. This is a neat attack, perfectly done.
Caitlin Barai with all that power, going for that cross-court attack. Also lefty opposite here. Take a look at this swing, avoiding that block and targeting Anget.
It's also delightful to see Jack Janela back in action. She's on the floor right now as the libero for Farm Fresh. Davison dumps it over. There's a interesting battle at the net. The drop. Good stretch that time by Alcantara. And it's out. 2 straight points now by Farm Fresh.
PLDT still has to take care of this lead, even if they're up just by 4 points.
They are not out of trouble yet. Here comes Dakis. Second time to serve for Rachel and Dakis.
Ooh.
And, you know, Rachel in the past has also won the Best Server Award. Huh? And she knocked that ace down, forcing PLDT to press the timeout buzzer.
ma-activate pag hindi sakto yung receive. Pero hindi pilit. Kay Nika. O, receive lang.
Nakasugod sila sa sa drop natin. So ano na lang ha. Reality.
Together!
Pass.
That kind of timeout is the I won't say much kind of timeout. You know what's happening. We just have to stop the momentum of the other side kind of thing. In the meantime, you're right. PLDT is not yet out of this. They're still up by 3 though. Third serve by Dakis.
No, this is what Coach Ralph mentioned. He wants them to be sharp from start to finish.
And too long.
Is there a touch?
No, I think there's a check ball, yes. Referee Celso saying there's a check. They'll challenge. Will they?
I don't think so. No challenge.
No challenge. Wala. Coach Bokbok looked like he was going to, but probably decided against it.
What a serve.
Oh, finally that serve gets over. And Viray.
Caitlin Viray already with 2 points. She is, I would consider, one of the veteran spikers on the court right now. Louis Romero needs to constantly feed her the ball to just give her a bit more confidence.
Yes. So that this...
so she gets her rhythm.
Yeah, this Tigress from UST can get going here. Here's Alcantara with a set.
Ooh.
That's sharp and true. Davison on target. She has 9.
And you can see PLDT icing the momentum of Farm Fresh, an immediate side out, but this time by Savvy Davison. Take a look at that, just avoiding that block.
Piercing the empty space. Dakis makes it a set. Viray blasts away. Arrado. Oh, perfect targeting that time. Delerio unable to handle it. Jumped into the shot, actually. Watch this.
I mean, Erica Santos, one of the underrated spikers, I would say, in the PVL. Not a lot of attack points, but the timing of her attack
when she scores, no?
On point. Nice set.
Oh, perfectly done.
Perfect.
Davison now, I think, is in double digits. Yes, he is. Perfect, you're right. Perfect set.
Look at that perfect execution.
That hole is getting bigger with each passing point. Overpass. Set. Checked. Reset.
What a spot.
And they got the corner.
You know, it's all about placement with Erica Santos. Not always power. Take a look at that one. Perfectly targeting it in the corner.
Linis. 2 points away, PLDT, from completing the taking of this first set. Alcantara. Block, but kept in play. Delerio got to it. There's a drop. Good stretch on the floor by Alcantara. Too strong.
Lack of wrist action on that one by Fiola.
She was rushing it.
Yes.
She was hoping that she could get them while the defense was still disassembled. Here's Viray, who has produced 2 points coming off the bench. That gets to crawl over the net, but didn't score. To the back row, too long on the shot of Erica Santos.
Santos tried to replicate that same exact play earlier. A bit too strong on that one.
5-point lead by PLDT.
Good receive.
Good play. That's gonna work. De La Cruz. That's now 3 straight points by Farm Fresh. Bedonia has just been brought in for PLDT. That's long, and suddenly This is a different first set. 20-23 count. Bedonia.
This is what Coach Raut has been saying. The consistency of his squad. Who can sustain the momentum? Who could keep their own lead?
Alcantara. Santos says that's enough. Well, let's get the set point.
A quick side out here for PLDT. Angge Alcantara knowing who to set at the right time. We got to take a look at the location of her attack. That's in between the block. The block also being late coming from Farm Fresh.
Exactly. Santos now with 4 markers. And this one still alive. I thought it was already on the floor. Jonella. The whip. It is outside. And we are done with this first set. Some threat by Farm Fresh, but not enough. And it ends at 25-20 in favor of the high-speed hitters of PLDT. We will be back with the second set very shortly. Back with us here at the Phil Sports Arena. First game of this Tuesday. 25-20 was the winning score of PLDT in their taking of the first set. The Farm Foxies actually had 2 stretches of 3-point leads, but PLDT suddenly woke up. Their alarm clock fully functional. They did not snooze it. They kept on moving and took that first set.
Now it's the wing spikers and Savvy Davison and Erica Santos really stepping up to the plate. They are the 2 spikers that have the hot hands. Angge Alcantara distributing the ball perfectly also to the middle blockers. As for the Farm Fresh Foxies, the score was 20-25, but they are slowly creeping in, so PLDT needs to be a bit more sharp and consistent. But first, we got to talk about the set 1 stats here. 12 attacks for Farm Fresh and 17 for the PLDT high-speed hitters. Take a look at that. 6 errors from PLDT and only 2 coming from the Farm Fresh Foxies. For PLDT, a lot of their attacks are being converted into points. As for the Farm Fresh Foxies, they do have a lot of attacks, but it's not being converted rather into points. But set 1 stats here, 20 attack percent for the Farm Fresh Foxies and a 37% attack for the PLDT high-speed hitters.
Okay, and let's see how Farm Fresh responds here going into the second set. Farm Fresh, as Jamie pointed out, as well as PLDT, coming out of wins. As Joy Baron talaga, no? Yung pagka exquisite model niya lumalabas.
Yes.
Biglang rumarampa siya, sumasayaw.
But Sir Seb, going back to the poll question from earlier, only had 4.
Yeah.
So you can see that PLDT has silenced her.
Yeah.
In set number 1.
Davison, on the other hand, has had the hot hand rather, with a total of 10 points at the end of set number 1. Welcome to set number 2. Seb Sarmenta, Jamie La Victoria, and Kylie King-Su. Your team for the first game here on Tuesday. Later on, we're going to have Zeus Coffee playing against Petrogas in our closing game of 2-game schedule today. Ooh. Jonella flying on the floor, but not enough to keep it afloat.
Savvy Davison, so much power, so much speed in her attack. Too strong to contain.
And she already has accounted for 11 points.
Good serve.
Ceballos. Ooh. Somebody did not turn around.
This is where the communication comes into play, especially Louis Romero coming from zone 1. She's currently back row. The receive is very far for her to reach.
Yes, in the abote. The meantime, close to the net we go. Sometimes you tend to forget that your setter is so far away. Doc is stretching on the floor. Captain play by Catarado. Oh, good battle of the liberos. Then De La Cruz. Down the middle, Turing. I thought she'd fire away. Longest rally currently in progress. And it
What a
ends
spot.
She's not interested in long rallies.
She wants to end it quick. But take a look at this angle. Sharp cross court. Just avoiding Janela.
2 touches. Good effort, but it will not be enough. That's the 4th touch already.
It's a strong start for the PLDT high-speed hitters. You can see that they're a bit more at ease compared to the Farm Fresh Foxies.
The PLDT has been through a ringer in different ways, actually, if you think about it. And so many challenges they've gone through as a team. Farm Fresh, different parts, different people. Now just trying to get to know each other. In the meantime, this reverse. Net touch declared. Kyla has a report for the second set. Go ahead, Kyla.
Sir Sev, you mentioned earlier that for volleyball fans, this looks like a very familiar LaSalle versus Adamson game. But I wanted to put the spotlight on the 2 former Lady Falcon setters in Louis Romero and Angge Alcantara. Both told me that they actually share quite similar traits as batchmates. They're known to be silent killers now, quiet yet effective and hardworking. However, Coach Rodrigo Ford pointed out that PLDT has this little edge in familiarity, pointing out that they know Louis plays a little bit better than Farm Fresh knows Angge, especially since Angge says her setting style has evolved a lot since turning pro. But Louis is Louis, and she's already led her young squad this far. 2 fearless setters, 1 intense duel. Let's see who takes control as we head here in set 2, Sir 7, Jamie.
PLDT now with a 5-1 lead in the second set. Kyla, thank you very much for the update. In the meantime, the strike. It's on, no, it's on the floor already. Referee Celsa pointing that out.
See Caitlin Bry now starting set number 2. She was fielded in the middle of set number 1.
And Viray has chipped in 4 points already. In the meantime, Turing will be shooting off the serve. Looks strong. Oh, it floated down. It looks strong, but Turing knew exactly where it was going. Watch this. Boing.
Just dropped. Deceiving Catherine on that one.
Yes. We'll do it again. Oh, Alcantara has scored 3 times already on that on-2 play.
Smart plays we're seeing from the rookie. Also perfect receive from Viola, but take a look at that. The confidence is slowly building. Ooh, good set.
And Dakis got that to bite. And Rachel celebrating that one.
You know, it's nice seeing Rad on the court for Farm Fresh. They are a fairly young team, so you did mention this earlier. It's not just her points that will contribute. It's, you know, her energy, her veteran skills.
And it's a young team that is needing leadership, oh boy.
Did you see that?
Wicked. Watch it again.
What was that?
It's even more vicious in real time.
Right.
And And 13 points already by Davison. Nobody else is close. And that is inside. Inside. They will challenge, however. First challenge of the match executed and taken advantage of by Farm Fresh. That's the count, 7-4. But let's see how this decision will emerge.
That is on the service of Savvy Davison.
It was declared inside initially. Here it is.
Okay.
It is outside.
Outside.
And the challenge is successful. And the serve will belong to Farm Fresh. Down currently by 2 at 5-7. Still the same serve. That is blocked. But they are unable to keep it afloat.
We're seeing a quick side outs
Oh,
from
yes.
PLDT. Yep.
Which is to their advantage so that the ball doesn't stay in flight for too long. We are in the technical timeout. Back quickly. We are stepping out of the first technical timeout of the second set. If you're just joining us, whether on RPTV or on the One Sports channels or on Pilipinas Live, first set went to the high-speed hitters to the tune of 25-20. Second set just about ready to continue. I like the growth of Louie Romero from the time she started with Farm Fresh, and she has grown and matured and has gained more and more skill and confidence against her ates in this league. Oh, Mika Reyes frozen by that time, that break. We now have the count at 6-8. Riza Cruz will be shooting the serve. Davison.
Good receive.
Baron could not nail it. Alcantara will reset.
It's a perfect set.
Hindi lang napalo. And that shot in play. This Santos, Viray keeps it alive. 1-2. Alcantara says, I know that, I do that. Here comes Santos, piercing the defense of the ring.
You know, and I keep saying this, it's not just power, it's the placement of her attack. Just take a look at this, touching the forearms of Taksip in that sequence. Very simple plays we're seeing from PLDT.
13 puntos, 13. Oh, does not cross over.
It's a solo block from Majoy Baron on Caitlin Bryan.
Back of the set brought to you by East West Bank, the official bank of the PVL All-Filipino Conference. 6-10. Takis on the ground almost, and it is mishandled by PLDT. It happens. Count 7, serving against 10. Romero will do the serving right now. Davison, Ceballos, Jonella. De La Cruz unable to get it across.
You could see she was targeting the corner pocket of zone 5 underneath the ball in that one.
You know, one of the lessons Rad is bringing to this young team, it's all right. You'll get blocked, you'll miss shots. Just play on.
Let it go.
Up in the air we go. Rad with the set. That is not going to cross. Well defended.
Kaylin Varai was already trapped in that sequence from Majoy Brown and Savvy Davison on that block. But there will be a challenge called a net fault challenge.
Earlier, a successful challenge by Farm Fresh, whether the ball was in or out, it was out. And they obtained a good decision on that one. Let's see if they will get something similar in this sequence here. You know, we always have the cream lines, the signals, and these usually strong teams. But it's lovely to watch how Farm Fresh, Zeus Coffee, Petrogas, how they're building for the future.
Yes.
Take us through this. What do you think? Parang wala.
That is no net fault. So point goes to PLDT. You know, you can see the frustration on Coach Benson's face. He knows how his team trains. He knows how hard they work. I'm sure it's very frustrating for a coach when it doesn't translate into a game.
I guess so. That's what, you know, coaches, Roger Gurayev and everybody else seems to be saying, and nobody watching the ball. It was not going to reach its destination. Kat has the biggest smile of all.
Seeing I would say a silly error on that one. Those are the ones that you just need to dink it over.
Pang locker room yan. Ano yung may ginawa mo kanina? Ano yung pinadala mo sa taas? Ano yun? Di ba?
Locker room talks.
Yeah. Buti na lang, nanalo tayo. In the meantime, Alcantara, oh, ganda no set. Oh, but handled well in the back row.
That's too tight.
Takis. Santos. Jousts and battles at the net. Uh-oh. Turing.
Inside.
She got the corner.
You know, you could see the joy in their faces after getting that point. Louis Romero, scrappy defense here, but perfect decision making. Just perfect spot.
Nabasa niya ng mali. Walang tao. Delivery po. Walang tao. Iwan mo na lang dyan. Paano ang bayad? Bukas. Ito tayo. Ganda ng set. Huli lang. And the defense of Farm Fresh holding in the last 2 points.
It's a better production in the blocking department for the Farm Fresh Foxies. Savvy Davison needs to understand that she will be heavily guarded.
Correct.
She's the #1 leading scorer of PLDT.
Who currently has 14 points in the match so far. That is too
outside.
long. Yeah.
And we have to remember the 2 former setters from Adamson. Louis Romero, Ange Alcantara. Usually Ange will come in as a double sub for Louis Romero.
That's how good Adamson was. In the meantime, Dakis. Oh, perfectly done. But you know, Jamie, when you know your UAAP, you know that Adamson has always been a strong team to contend with, as we have the spike of the set brought to you by Duncan, pasalubong ng bayan.
Especially the defense. We all know scrappy.
Bawal bumagsak ang bola dun eh.
Even when Bank Pineda was
Yeah,
there during that time.
I remember Janet Serafica, Pineda, and the libero whose name I forget right now. She was so poised. I'll get it. Somebody will tell me later on. You on X will probably know what I'm talking about. In the meantime. Oh!
So Mika Reyes.
She's contributing.
Yes.
5 points, 6 points rather, together with Santos.
It's Ange Alcantara, knowing the height of this set.
Lakas. Hey, better second set here. Closer and tighter. Farm Fresh down just by 3 right now. You gotta hold your serve here. Both sides.
Both sides.
Ceballos. Oh, that angle has been hurt. Domain. Davison with 16. And we'll pause for the second technical timeout. Don't go too far away, please. The annual NBA Watch and Win is back. Watch the live games on NBA TV Philippines. One Sports at Pilipinas Live from January 13 to February 16. And wait for the questions to be flashed on screen during breaks. Visit nba.onesports.ph after to send in your entries. PVL action kicking into higher gear this February, the last month of the preliminary round, after which everybody will be ranked. And it's a long tournament, so it's nice for the teams to get back some of the veterans they were missing. Like Erica D is already there, but has not played so far.
KKD.
Yeah, she warmed up earlier, but has not played yet. In the meantime, Tubo is brought back in, and there's number 9. Let's double check. Number 19, that's Gonzalez, who's in for the first time.
It's a veteran setter here. Looking to switch things up for Farm Fresh.
Davison and her serve. Dakis receives. Gonzalez. Tubo blasts away. Ceballos. That is outside, wide.
You can see that she's trying to avoid that top block here of PLDT, but it's actually forcing her to make unforced errors.
She's right on track direction-wise, but perhaps in terms of the ferocity, a little too strong. A cut shot delivered by Dakis. The push by Davison. Gonzalez with the elevation. Nice kid to the floor by Alcantara. Ceballos hits it off the hands.
You know, and we know Viola Ceballos being that beach volley player, a lot of tricks up her sleeve, just touching the hand of that block of Trisha.
Alam mo naman, sila ni Pati
Orendain. The OGs.
OGs of beach volleyball. Romero is back in.
And Verai as well.
Farm Fresh just needs a good string of points here and some stops.
They need momentum.
Yeah. Santos just blasting away, and that's a big point by Farm Fresh, as they now have 13 against 18.
It's a beautiful dig by Verai, just reading that early on of Erica Santos.
Dakis will serve. Just above that net. Oh, precise. Davison, 17 points and nobody even close.
No, Ange Alcantara has a lot of weapons. You have Tabby Davis in the back row, Viola, Erica Santos. And all spikers doing their job.
Janela got to it. There's the dump, and it's hit against the block. That'll give Farm Fresh, its 14th point.
No, we haven't seen a lot of activation, I would say, Sir Seth, from the middle blockers.
Correct.
It's because
Correct.
the serves of PLDT are very heavy, very strong, which is forcing Louis to go to her wings.
Can't set it cleanly, that middle, if the reception is misdirected. In the meantime, there's a bit of a joust. There's the dump. Blocked. And it stays down.
We're here at the 20 mark now in a,
The point goes to Farm Fresh, I
Farm
believe.
Fresh.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Excuse me on that one.
yeah, lead is reduced to 4 right now. Farm Fresh is in the thick of things in the second set, but needs to pull abreast to make things happen here and tie the set count. Alcantara.
Ooh.
Cuts like a knife.
Erica Santos on a roll this match. Block lead.
Santos with 7 points. Some new faces, Jesse De Leon, as well as Caf. Caf Fajardo will see action for the first time. Jesse De Leon, of course, played for UST, and of course we all know Caf played for the Lady Spikers of De La Salle. In the meantime, from the back row, Davison tries to get it to crawl across the net. Jonella makes it a set. Arrado.
Louis.
Cut shot. Counter. Davison. Fajardo checks the horizon. Ceballos nails it.
No, Farm Fresh is having a difficult time defending that cross-court attack. Viola Ceballos, Savvy Davison.
It seems like it is a storm that's about to happen, but they couldn't do anything about it. Back row strike. And mishandled by the defense. Bertolano gets something to buy.
It's a quick side out for the Farm Fresh Foxies. Bertolano with that back row attack.
She has her second point. Bertolano started today for Farm Fresh. Fajardo. Oh, well done. Perfectly done on the quick with Baron.
You know, the offense that I'm seeing for PLDT, a lot of activation of the middle blockers, which is forcing the block to move for Farm Fresh. The offense is not predictable.
They have some of the best middles.
Right.
In Baron, in Reyes. Too tight. Ceballos and another middle attack. De Leon this time.
It's De Leon with her first point on this combination play. Take a look at that swing.
The ring has returned. Ceballos has been steady, huh?
Easy pickups.
And outside. And we arrive at set point.
No, that's the right idea of Caitlin Varai trying to target zone 2. But we're seeing easy pickups for PLDT, reading the offense of the Spikers.
Isa Viray, the other libero, is on the floor for the first time. And that's going to be outside.
This time, redeeming herself, targeting Caf on that one.
De La Cruz will serve. Her team currently down by 7. Oh, and we're done. And Davison closes the trunk. 18 points. Watch this. PLDT races to a 2-set-to-love lead. And We'll be back with the third very shortly. PLDT high-speed hitters trying to score a win that will catapult them into third place. Should they win here today, they'll become 6-3, while Farm Fresh trying to avoid dropping to 4-4. There's a big log jam at 5-4, actually.
That's right. Well, in set number 2, PLDT coming together in a collective unit. You have Mika Reyes, Erica Santos, Angge Alcantara, and Savvy Davison. Savvy Davison just popping off in terms of her attacks, just beating the block. As for the Farm Fresh Foxies, they need some sort of spark plug, some consistency, a consistent open spiker.
So true, yes, yes.
Who can lead the way. You have Louis Romero having a lot of options, but no proper execution. Set 2 stats. Take a look at the disparity in attacks. Attacks with 10 for Farm Fresh and 17 for the PLDT high-speed hitters. 2 blocks for both squads. And in terms of the amount of errors, this is a solid amount. It's good to have at least 5 or below each set, but so far so good for the PLDT high-speed hitters. We saw a glimpse of Calf and Jesse Deligon with that combination play. But for Farm Fresh, one spiker needs to step up to sustain the momentum.
I agree. They need another scorer. By the way, later on, Petrogras, which is at 6-1, goes up against Zeus Coffee, and Petrogras trying to stay in step and securing that spot in second place. Creamline just out of the reach of everybody else with 7 straight wins.
And you know, Trisha Dubu, she scored 33 points, but in this game so far, only tallying 4 so far. You can see the game plan was probably to silence her, to block her, to avoid serving to her as well, but she is now starting in set number 3. Let's see if she can step up today.
And they need a scorer here. Welcome to set number 3, first 2 sets going the way of the ladies in black. PLDT taking the first 25-20 and the second 25-17. Luis Romero with the serve, chased down by Dakis. Tubo takes it in with the power.
Almost like a dunk on that one. A strong start. Good energy after that first point.
Hindi na bumalik ang bola. Kasi pag tinapik, pwede pang habulin yun. 5 points by Tubo. That is outside, and Farm Fresh with an early lead, 2-0. Will there be a challenge?
No challenge on that one.
2-0.
Good serve.
Solid onto, whoa, so deep under, and Janela was not in the right position there.
You know, you could see a lot of the attacks are actually given to Jack Janela on the cross court, and now this time, Angel Alcantara, eyes on the back of his head.
Baron serve. Here comes the attack. Baron keeps it in play. Here comes Davison going lefty and connecting.
The adjustments, the quick thinking of Savvy Davison. The bump set of Angel was a bit too outside, but she was able to make a way.
Lefty there, she has 19. Another big game for Savvy Davison. No, yes, no whistle, we go on. This died in the water there.
It's a miscue between Alcantara and Mika Reyes. Moments like that will happen.
Yes. And look at this. Farm Fresh with the slight lead at 3-2. De La Cruz and her serve. Ceballos receiving well. And too hot. With the report.
Sir 7, Jamie, now the Foxies may be quick, but the high-speed hitters are proving that they are vets and they are built for the long chase. Now, over at the huddle, I overheard Coach Rodrigo Fort making it clear that this is a battle of patience and endurance. There's no time to relax, he told his team. Hindi tayo pwedeng bumagal, kailangan natin tapatan yung bilis nila, pero mas importante yung diskarte natin. Stay consistent at huwag tayo magpapakain sa gigil. Meanwhile, over at Farm Fresh, Coach Bok kept his team very much locked in, saying reset, balik lang sa focus. Hindi na yun mababawi, ang importante, paano tayo makakabalik sa next set. Now, Feb's heating up, and so is this match. Who's got the legs to outrun the other? Well, we'll have to see if this is a straight set game, as I send it back to you, Sir 7, Jamie.
Very much. And so far in our Filipinas Live question, it's been dominated by Savvy Davison. In the meantime, it's still in play as it's swung over by Tubu. Set for Davison!
I mean, we have only good things to say about Savvy Davison. Just beating that block. Take a look at that set. Perfect tandem we're seeing with Angge and Savvy.
And Angge seems to know the kinds of sets that Savvy likes and prefers.
And she knows the situation in which the set should be a little bit off the net.
Yes.
Paying attention.
How close to the net, how far, yes.
Paying attention to detail.
Oh, that is outside. And we have Farm Fresh with a slight lead of 2-6-4. Tama yung report ni Carla. Coach Ralph is correct in saying they're not yet out of the fire here.
Can't be complacent.
You can't, don't want to disrespect their opponent. Ceballos zeroes it in, brings them to 5 against 6.
You know, in that pass sequence, the defensive pattern of Farm Fresh, you could see a huge hole in between Jack Janela and Jelena De La Cruz. This is where they need to speak to one another and communicate and fix it before it's too late.
Dakis is rejected. All even at 6. Nice set with a twisting version from Louis Romero. The cut. On target for De La Cruz.
It's a smart play by De La Cruz. Lack of urgency in that sequence coming from the PLDT high-speed hitters. Let's take a look at that replay.
They were caught flat-footed in that sequence.
Caught off guard.
Dakis serves in you. We are at 7-6, I believe. Oh, long.
You know, Farm Fresh is able to make a point after that one, and then it's followed by unforced error.
Okay, that's the right score you have on your screen right now. It's 7-all. Santos and her serve. Romero sets up Tubo. That's a lot of power on that one. And it's Farm Fresh first this time at the technical timeout mark. Will allow the teams to huddle up, and we will bring you back to the Phil Sports Arena very shortly. Far.
We have Trisha Tubu with 6 points and Savvy Davison with 20 points so far in set number 3. Savvy Davison putting up her usual. This is not the usual of Trisha Tubu compared to her last outing.
And to be fair, Trisha Tubo has not the same amount of playing time as Davison here today. And let's see if that will change in the points ahead. It's 8-7, Farm Fresh with the lead. Here in the third, they have lost the first 2 sets. Oh, that's out of reach.
The simple plays we're seeing from the PLDT high-speed hitters. We haven't seen a lot of combination plays so far from PLDT, but this is their system. Just simple A quick attack, B quick attack, wing spikers.
They're trying to get to know each other.
Yes.
Oh, look at that.
Good hustle.
Louis, be careful. Ah, the defense is just pierced. But great effort by Louis Romero to keep it in play. Here's a spike in the set brought to you by Duncan. Pasalubong ng bayan.
Short running attack by Majoy.
This is out. And we're tied and squared up at 9. Romero serve in play. Set up by Jack. Tubo. Oh, what a set. But recovered nicely. Tubo unloads. Battle at the net here. Davison reached 4 by De La Cruz. Oh, well done.
So Louis Romero ending and finishing off that rally with that A quick attack. Majoy late, yep.
Turing has done a good job of finding those creases.
What a serve.
Good set. But handled well by Kat Arado. One more time around the block. To the back row it goes. Second longest rally. Davison. Oh, regalo! There is no other word for it. Regalo. And you, Jamie, you played this game, you know how delicious that is. When it's in front of you, and look at that. That is equally delicious.
It's a back-to-back points from Baron, taking advantage of that earlier sequence.
And Coach Bokbok said, teka muna, what's wrong? Well, let's talk.
Overlock yun. Nandito ka lagi.
Louis, Norris.
Kaya nga dapat titignan mo yung pwesto mo kung sino yung nandito. Sa Louis, nandito ka, nandito siya. Oh.
Sino yun, coach? Tayong dalawa.
Nandito. Tapos nandito siya. Oh. Nandito ka lang sa tao. Tignan mo yung receiver kasi naiipit dito.
Nandun lang.
Makuha niyo.
Okay, coach.
Eh doon lang, wala na kayo sa pwesto.
Bawi kami. Sa akin yun, sa akin yun. Bawi natin. Tapang, let's go, let's go, let's go! Let's go! Fires!
The Jerry Yee School of Coaching getting to be popular. The less they said,
Less words.
less words. And I'm sure Coach Bokbok does a lot more talking and training. Kasi the players now, dapat to muscle memory na nga eh.
Yes. By the time the game starts, you should know what to do already.
In the meantime, PLDT beginning to create a gap here.
Make a race with that A-quick attack. We're also seeing a tandem here with Alcantara and Reyes.
Well, Mika has been doing that for the longest time.
Her A-quick.
Bullet dodged. Handled. Davison. Oh, that does not get across. Jolina de la Cruz will be serving. Her team currently down by 1.
Good receive.
Pushed high. One hand pick up by Tubu. We are in play. Rejected. And the good defense creating the offense. And the block of the set brought to you by the East-West Bank, the official bank of the PVL All-Filipino Conference.
Now that's vet moves coming from Rad, reading that early on.
Davison foiled. Now they're blocking her better. A good dive. Free ball onto the other side. Davison says, oh, it's still alive, but it doesn't get a good crawl for Farm Fresh.
That's a good touch by Janela. Too much juice in that attack.
I remember guest players and imports sometimes saying they wanted to hit the ball away from Junella because she was so good in keeping it in play. The whip by Tubo, that'll connect.
That's a combination play ran by Louis Romero.
7 points across Tubo's name.
A bit mistimed on that one, but a point is a point.
Especially when you're trying to play catch up here. In fact, we are tied at 13. This is probably the closest middle set that we've had so far. First 2 sets going the way of PLDT at 25-20 and 25-17. Runner. And too many bodies on the ground.
Easy pickups we're seeing from PLDT. Quick side out. But this is a better production, Sir Seb, we're seeing from the Farm Fresh Foxies.
And they seem to be more at ease with each other right now. Compared to the first 2 sets where they were, boy, literally an acquaintance party. In the meantime, Davison will serve. Some housekeeping being done right now on our floor. Savvy's Davison. Dakis. That punches through. I'm sure she will relish that.
Bump set. Simple attacks, just touching the hand of the blocker, going for that down the line.
Ah, good counter.
There's a lot of power in that attack coming from Mika Reyes.
You know, when she's in the clear and nobody's blocking her, she's hard to stop.
Yep, open window. To double sub, Varai back in, along with Gonzalez.
Balasa.
Shuffle.
Dug up downstairs. Blocked. Kept in play. And out. Okay, we've arrived at the second technical break. PLDT has the lead. Will they finish it here in the third? We will find out shortly. Okay, SB Finance, ang BFF na malalapitan. Samantala, ang ating pangalawang laro na naka-schedule sa araw na ito, Zeus Coffee at Petrogas maglalaban. Petrogas in a very good position team standings-wise. They are in fact at 6-1. So Zeus will try to move out of that log jam at 4-4 and 5-3. Later on, Farm Fresh, they need this win to be able to move up a little. It's not really, you want to build momentum.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. And Gonzalez is also in the back row.
Yeah, so it's a back row player call. Ooh. Mika misses the serve. PLDT, though, in the lead still by 2. It's over to La Victoria. Not in uniform today. Suddenly, PLDT takes a step forward at 18-15. Santos will be serving. I failed to mention that Mike La Rosa is on the floor.
Let's take a look at that replay. Set a bit too low for Cruz.
You know, Farm Fresh didn't play that badly here today. It's just that the need for some consistency,
Right.
like this serve, too much.
Right. And Michael La Rosa being the number four pick draft.
Before you know it, magkakaroon na naman draft ng PVL.
Yes. That will be a very intense one.
I mean, just after the upcoming UAP season, most likely. Which will happen soon, no?
Yep.
Next
15,
week,
yes.
15. Valentine's special. 17 serving right now. Davison, all good one hand. To the back row we go. Ceballos is there. Davison wants to go home. That'll bring them to 20.
You know, the Farm Fresh Foxies have no room for error right now as they are down by 2 sets. While PLDT wants to finish this match in just 3 sets.
Let's go home.
Majoy already with 8 points.
Yes. That does not cross Puerto Rico.
Well, that's Taxip. She wanted to swipe it with that 8 quick. But Farm Fresh will call for time.
Kita niyo yan, sa receipt. Ayan si Tubes, oh. Masa lang. Wing ka na ball.
Kaya adjust ka.
Bawi tayo, wala yan. Tara, huwag tayo titingin sa score, trabahuhin natin. Ha? Posible lahat pag nagtatrabaho tayo.
Tara, tara, tara! Let's go!
Fire fresh!
Tara, tara!
You know, that's wise words coming from Rad. At this point, you don't really need to look at the score too much. Just work hard.
From Coach Benson or from Brad?
From Rad. She was the one talking in the timeout.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Just, you know, you don't need to look at the score. Just focus on your game, how you will improve.
Because before you know it, the score might be already gone.
Right. Because you were thinking too much of the score.
In the meantime, Tubo makes a connection. And that is a total of 8 so far for Trisha Tubo.
Take a look at this replay here. Yep, just touching the hand of Sabi Davison in that one.
Takis is back in for Michael La Rosa. Ceballos, it's a difficult set, but they make do. Jonella makes one, and Tubo wisely taps it against the block. That's 9 for Tubo.
Pressure-packed moments here. 19-21. PLDT up by 2 points.
And still really not out of it yet.
Right. They've remained steady.
Yes. By the way, Kim Fajardo has already returned. Davison, bullet.
You know,
on target.
Same spot every single time when it comes to the cross-court attack. Sabi Davison.
And Jesse De Leon saw action briefly. Is back on the floor. Problematic passing. Duckis with the standing spike. Davison whips it against the block, and the ball stays down. It's 23-19.
Sabi Davison switched up the power in that attack. Smart play, just touching that block. Delano in for De La Cruz.
De Leon. Duckis. Davison. Romero wise to it. Tubo. Loud slap on that one. Davison brings them to set point. Now match point, that is.
You know, Davison has been difficult to block. But take a look at this one. A bit late, Trisha, on that one.
And we are at match point. Right here, right now, and we're done.
A promising win for the PLDT high-speed hitters in a 3-set fashion. Take a look at that. Sabi Davison yet again finding that open window of defense.
And this one, Jamie, will improve PLDT to 6-3. They will jump ahead of Signal in the team standings for now. But we'll tell you more about this and our best player of the game when we return from these messages. It's a 3-set victory by the PLDT high-speed hitters, Jamie. And it's going to be a moment in time for Angel Alcantara, who is with our Carla Kingsu because she is the best player of this game.
That's right. Here with me is our player of the game, of course, our rookie setter from the PLDT high-speed hitters, Angel Alcantara, with 12 excellent sets and 4 attack points. Big congratulations, Angge, to you and your team. Na kitang-kita sa start pa lang set 1, you dominated that set. Ano yung mga naging priority niyo sa preparations that made the difference to allowed you to take control of this game?
Pinaghandaan lang po talaga namin yung game na to, and alam po namin na hindi po sila basta-basta magpapatalo, and yun, happy naman po kami na na-dominate po namin yung game.
Na ang rookie ka pa lang, pero ang laki ng impact mo sa team na to, especially a team filled with vets. How do you maintain your level of composure and confidence in these games?
Disiplina lang po talaga, and yung focus sa lahat po ng ginagawa, and yung pagiging responsable po sa lahat.
Nakausap kita sa dugout kanina and you were telling me na you're building on that connection with your spikers, lalo na kay Sabi. Ano masasabi mo on how they help you, build this connection with them?
Sinasabi naman po nila yung mga gusto po nilang sets, and yun, may standard po kami bawat isa.
Angge, may gusto ka bang batiin? Go ahead.
Binabati ko po yung family ko sa Bataan, Alcantara family, and Ebal family. Binabati ko din po yung mga nanonood dito, PLDT fam. Thank you po sa support, and yan yung sponsors po namin and PLDT.
There you have it, Angge Alcantara, our player of the game. Congratulations once again to you and to PLDT na Sir 7. Jamie, let's wrap this up.
Okay. Lumalakas ang boses pagka babati na eh. No? So now, simpleng-simple lang. Nice kong batiin, di ba? Parang the heart of volleyball yan eh. Okay. This game had some moments where Farm Fresh tried to battle hard against Savvy Davison and the combination with Angel Alcantara, but they were not that consistent.
That's right. Well, for the Farm Fresh Foxies, they need to go back to the drawing board. They did have moments where they did step up, but they need a consistent spiker to lead the way. It could be an opposite, an open. You have Louis Romero spreading out her offense evenly, but her spikers need to execute a bit better. But for the PLDT high-speed hitters, Anges said it right. It all starts with that discipline. Discipline in your movements, discipline in digging, setting, and also spiking. And what I saw in terms of improvement is they were able to stay steady all throughout compared to their previous game against the Signal HG Spikers. But let's see how things will unfold, because this is the last month of the preliminary round.
And here are some final match stats that are quite revealing.
It's a huge disparity here with attack points. 31 for the Farm Fresh Foxies and 52 for the PLDT high-speed hitters. Great blocking coming from the PLDT high-speed hitters. Mika Reyes, Majoy Baron helping in that department. And And take a look at that. It's actually PLDT who tallied more errors compared to the Farm Fresh Foxies, but it's the PLDT attacks that were the shining star in that game today.
Yeah, it's a big 21-point difference in that department. So that's it for us. In behalf of Jamie La Victoria and Carly Kingsus, I'm Sarmenda Hiosay. Don't go too far away after this straight set win by PLDT against Farm Fresh, because Zeus Coffee and Petrogas get entangled when the heart of volleyball beats and throbs continuously here at the Field Sports Arena.